Okay, let's take a quick look at gold. This is the gold trade that we took today. We entered it overnight during the Asian session. We actually got stopped out first attempt. Stop was at 1880. It stabbed down. You can see if I just zoom in. Here we go. So that was a spike down to test the 61.8. Around 1882. Stop loss was initially around 1880. So that was during the Asian session. Just by chance, really. I was set my alerts and was awake, was woken for it. So then I took another trade at 1892, and I built some positions. So 1892, looking for 1900. So if we look at the previous range. You can see that 61.8 was what it stepped down to. So I thought, okay, this is done to the downside. You know, that's the range, that's the retrace, that's the move, as good as it's going to get, coming down a previous structure. So we're going to start buying this back up, and that's what we did. 1892 to 1900, and the reason we took 1900 is if I drill down to a 1 hour time frame and start looking at this in detail, the 1 hour time frame gives you the 1933 high, the first target being the 38.2 at 1900. So in terms of confluences, in terms of round numbers, it's got some good resistance at 1900. So made for a good T1, which was decent for about 80 pips. So we got the 80 pips and we took some profit, and that took out that made up for the 40 pips loss. But then we also put a few more positions on. Notably, we put one on after we allowed price to consolidate, and it consolidated around that 1900 area. Just consolidated for a little while. 38.2, and he said, right, this is a do or die moment. It's either gonna stab up and keep going long and start looking for that 1920, 76.4, supply zone, previous structure, all that up there, 1920. Or it's just going to break, fail, and do a nice little drop and sell off. So, my trend line here, you can see on my algo software, pro trading software, you've got the support, the trend line, stab down and maintain bullish momentum. We have a daily base pivot as well around 1901. So it was a key area. So even if you missed all of this entry, all of these opportunities to get in long here below 1900, your 1900 was always going to be an area of interest. It was going to do one or the other. It's going to break long, or it's going to fail and drop and break this trend line, and then we start targeting short side. As it happened, it broke here, so I entered one proper trade full on 1902 and rode this up, and just took it right up to 1908, which was my T2. So T1 1900, T2 1908, 50% retrace. But then also left the trade actually to run, and we just got a lovely pump up, and it gave us 100 pips basically to about 1912. I was looking for about 1914, and I thought we'd take that, and good entry, good exit. Just took the profit, and yeah, taken full profit now. We're all out, and so really happy with that. But I just thought I'd share that with you to show you exactly how we did it, and what it is that we were looking for in terms of price action, the reasons for the trade, and if I just share that with you, that was the trade, that was the entry, and yeah, just I had about 15k showing on this, just missed it by a smidge really, because by the time I exited and took the profit, it was it pulled back a little bit. So yeah, that was the move. I hope this helps, and please get some feedback from you guys. Let me know your thoughts, and if you need any help with any of your trades or trade ideas, share with us. Always happy to help other traders. Thanks a lot.